Connecting kids with food, farming, nature, and community. What's better than that? Hi, this is Dr. Randall. I'm a wellness educator and author, and I do these Friday wellness wisdom videos to give you some insights in a particular topic. And today, I've been longing to do this video about this wonderful series, the Macie series, because there's just so many wonderful elements to it. So if you have young children or young grandchildren, I will strongly encourage you to look at these books because they offer so many lessons. But I want to state up front that these lessons are not just for our children and our grandchildren, but they're a mirror to look at what we're doing. Are we being intentional with our food purchases, intentional with supporting community, intentional with leading with love, intentional about wellness? So yeah, heavy topics in a book for young children for sure. And one of the biggest problems we have in society today is that we are disconnected from so many things, whether it's where our food comes from our wellness, from our communities, spending time just doom scrolling or working or living and not having the time. And this series helps gently show children that these connections are so important before they're lost, as it often happens with adulting and trauma and other things. And so I think they will resonate for you as much as they do for me. I know reading these, I hearken back to my childhood where I would watch my dad in the garden and help him with composting. And of course, the favorite thing, helping him pick veggies and fruits, especially those sun-kissed warm, where you would, oh, that one's not making the bowl, that's going right in my mouth. And that's the joy that I find in these. So I just want to share this quickly. They're beautifully, the art is beautiful, the words are wonderful. The author, Peter Contardo, has done just an amazing job. So this was the original that I fell in love with, The Magic Veggies. And this is where Macie discovers that vegetables can help her grow, and that knowing where they come from and that they're grown with love is where the real magic is. And then, who doesn't love berries? This is the time of year, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. So, but this has an important lesson, because besides talking about the berries, Macie learns that some friends don't have access to fresh fruit. So she sets out to share her fruit, because sharing is caring and generosity builds community. Love that. And then Macie and the Magic Beans. I love growing string beans and other beans that go up these ladders, because it's just wonderful to watch. And that's what this story is about, how patience and steady effort are the secret to building things. And of course, my favorite in the series is the composting one, because I just know the value of our soil, so important to farming and to gardening. And so this is a composting adventure with a local farmer. She discovers how waste can become rich soil, and how small actions by all of us can have big effects on the earth. And then the most recent one, where seeds went in, NASA and seeds went into orbit, she learns that it's important to imagine all the different ways we can grow seeds. It's not just in the dirt, although that's the most conventional route. So fascinating. So for you adults out there, let's look at some of these lessons. Connection instead of disconnection. Curiosity instead of passive consumption. Participation rather than convenience. Gratitude rather than entitlement. Stewardship rather than exploitation. And these books embody so many of the values that I have been championing for years. whole person wellness, kindness, environmental stewardship, healthy foods, community, curiosity, lifelong learning, and reconnecting with nature. These are amazing books. They should be in all schools, all libraries, home schools, home libraries. And I just want to leave it in Peter's words himself, the author's words. He says, "This is the foundation of the Macieverse. Family as the inspiration, Farmer London as the guide, and food, farms, and a little magic as a way to introduce kids to timeless ideas like love, patience, sharing, sustainability, and caring for their communities." Thank you, Peter, for creating these series. Again, I strongly encourage you to take a look at one or all of these books. They are absolutely wonderful, inspiring, and this is something we all need. We need to be focused on our wellness, our health, where our food comes from. And I know life is busy, and I know overwhelm is an issue. But if you don't make wellness a priority for you, for your children, for your grandchildren, for your community, then we are all going to suffer. Wellness must be a priority if you want to live a long, happy, fulfilled, peaceful life. All right, it's Dr. Randall wishing you a great weekend ahead, and I will see you next weekend, or next Friday. Have a good weekend.